Okay, it's now been our 15 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and check our soap. We'll check the big one first. I don't know if you can see, can you get a close-up on these edges right here possibly? Where our soap is bubbling up right here. This is good. We want the soap to bubble up. This means it's doing its job. What we want is now to create an air pocket for the steam to be able to rise up. I mean, it's rising up around the edges, which is a positive thing. However, we want to create some more air pockets for the steam to be able to rise up. Because what could happen is that either this could bubble up and out of the pot, which we don't want to happen, or it could cause so much steam to build up that our top pops off, which we don't want that to happen either. So we're going to just give it a nice little quick stir here. We are nowhere even close to being at the stage we want it to be. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it a little stir up here. And we're going to shake our spoon off. Go ahead and put the lid back on top of this and let it cook some more. And now we will check the other one. Now the small one tends to cook faster than the larger one, which, yes it is, we've got a little bit of separation going on here with some of the pine tar, the oils, and the lye. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and give this a good little mix up, and we'll mix it all back together where it belongs. There we go. Now this is my first time making pine tar soap, and to my understanding that can happen sometimes. So we'll go ahead and give it a nice little good stir up here. Incorporate the oil back with the lye. Alright, nice and smooth. So we'll put the lid back on it and we'll come back in another 15 minutes and we'll check and see how our soap is doing. Hit it. Okay, I wanted to show you guys real quick. This one, my little crock pot, the soap is completed. I'm going to show you in here, if we move it up, how this has now reached what looks like, well, mashed potatoes. This is how you know when your soap is complete. This is like glossy, Vaseline-y, mashed potato-y. So I went ahead and shut the heat off on this one, and even though the heat is off, it will continue to kind of cook a little bit more. So probably about 10 minutes on this one, and we'll be ready to mold it up. This one right here, I don't know if you can see, it's a little harder to tip this one, but here we've reached what's called an applesauce stage, where it looks more like applesauce, or if you're familiar with apple butter, it looks like apple butter. We want it to get to the stage like the small one. We want it to look more like mashed potatoes, because then we know that the lye is completely dead and it will be ready to put into our molds, which, by the way, this is my mold right here that I have, and all this is a cardboard box with a trash bag right on top of it. And then I do have these little molds here where I'll go ahead and make some little bars that I can set up in the refrigerator and be able to pop it out and show you later. So we'll be back. We'll give this another, I'd say 15-20 minutes, and we should be ready. See you then. Alright, so the small one was able to cook for 45 minutes at 15-minute intervals. The big one I let cook for an hour at 15-minute intervals, and then what I did was I went ahead and shut the crock pot off, and then about every 2-3 minutes I came in with the crock pot off, and I removed the lid, and I went ahead and pushed that cool soap down to the bottom, and brought the hot soap up to the top to help cool this down. Because tea tree oil has a flash point of 120 degrees, and we do not want to ruin the properties of the tea tree oil. What I'm about to pour in here now is a tablespoon of glycerin, an ounce of castor oil, and a half an ounce of tea tree oil. This is called super fatting. And what this does is it just adds added moisture. It gives added moisture. So we'll go ahead and stir this in here. And then we're going to pop it in our mold. And again, the only thing I have for a mold is a nice little cardboard box there with a bag. We go on luxury style. Cardboard bag in a box. Cardboard bag, I mean plastic bag in a cardboard box. Alright, now that we have that incorporated in, ooh, that tea tree climbed right up into my sinuses. Now we will go ahead and we will put it in the mold. Now I will tell you, when you're dealing with pine tar, at first it smelled good, now it just stinks. But as it cools and you allow it to sit out, it will begin to lose that tar smell, and it'll begin to have that good pine smell. Not sure how I'm gonna do this to be able to get it out faster. Plop it in our mold here, and then I'll try my best to shake it around and get it even. Again, this is what I have for a mold, so these might be some thin bars, but these are for personal use, they're not for selling, so. Over here with the spoon, almost like I'm icing a cake. Oh yeah, these are going to be some thin bars. But again, this is just for personal use, so. Alright, so now we'll take the box. Ooh, it's kind of heavy. Give us some smack down here. And what I'm doing is removing air bubbles that may be in the bottom. So, alright, now we sit and leave it, and we'll see you tomorrow when we cut into it.
Yeah.